Hi, guys. Welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I'm going to make this one short and sweet for all of you Bed Bath & Beyond investors. You guys know I've been diving into private equity. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's when the hedge funds come over, they buy out your company, they leverage you via bonds or any distress. They take you out, and then you're out there on the other end, and you lose every bit of equity you have. If you're a shareholder, you lost everything. And I'm sure you guys know this by now because you looked at Bed Bath & Beyond, and it used to be $30 a share, and now it's 30 cents a share. So you guys understand your equity's gone, but understand where it went and why it happened. It's because they put people on the board of directors on purpose to make it go down, right? To flatten the company. I'm going to give you guys a story right now, and hopefully you guys can keep pace with me here. But there was a company called Zales Jewelers. A lot of you guys know this company. Back in the 80s and 90s, it's where you wanted to go to get your jewelry. Matter of fact, my ring is from Zales right now. We just bought this a couple of years ago, my wife and I. We upgraded, but it doesn't matter. Zales, shout out to them. What did they do? They went bankrupt in 1992. When they went bankrupt, because the bondholders put pressure on them, the bondholders were Apollo at the time. Sue Gove was the COO of that company. She had come from the bottom up. She had no business going anywhere else. She loved that company. But in 1993, she met someone. She met Robert D. Nicola. Robert D. Nicola is a senior advisor for retail advising at Apollo, but he was named the CEO of Zales. At that time, she met him. Obviously, they formed a relationship because she came out of that company and she started to become a consultant for 3 hedge funds. Marcel and Alvarez, a consulting firm. She also worked for Prentice, and she also, well, I'd tell you Apollo because they've already written her a check. She was on the board of directors for Fresh Market, Apollo-owned company, right? So she understands the leverage that is to be an executive during this life because of Robert D. Nicola. Now, who's Robert D. Nicola? If you guys don't know, he was the CEO of Zales. Like I said, that's an Apollo-owned company at the time. He's also the CEO of Claire's, which Apollo bought out of bankruptcy, and they named him the CEO. He then became the CEO of Linens and Things. Same deal. Linens and Things, he actually partnered up with Hudson Capital, Apollo, and someone else I can't remember. But what they did was they went ahead and bought, if you guys don't know it, Hilco. That's who it was. Hello. So Hilco, if you guys don't know who Hilco is, they're the parent company of Restore Capital, the ones that just gave Bed Bath & Beyond $120 million. So everyone always asks, why are they giving money? Why are they? They're all trying to get a piece of this pie, and it's the leverage pie. And as long as they're the ones that are going to get the senior notes, they're the ones that are actually going to get their money first, they don't mind loaning out that money because they know they're going to get paid. That's how bankruptcy works. But Robert D. Nicola, from Zales to Claire's to Linens and Things, and then back to Zales, he's been the CEO 3 different times. And that's who Sue Gove knows. And I was like, how's that even possible? Well, now you look at her, and she was with Prentice, right? And I had to go look for websites to tell me this stuff because you don't see it in her biology at all. Like in her bio, they don't tell you anything about Sue Gove until I went to this website from 2016, okay, February 2026, right here. It tells you she's a consultant for Prentice Capital Management. And I'm like, I know I've seen that somewhere. Not only did she drive Golfsmith International Holdings into bankruptcy, and they spun off too. We talked about that yesterday on Connecting the Dots. But look at this right now. So she's with Alvarez and Marcel. She's with Prentice. And out of nowhere, when you were with Zales this whole time, but you know who taught you this? Robert D. Nicola. That's an Apollo guy, right? But look at what Prentice did. Prentice went ahead, and I had to go look and see where I knew that from, but that's Jonathan Duskin. That's SAC Capital. That's who is Macellum. Macellum's one guy, by the way. It's this guy. And he literally goes, well, there's 3 people there, I think. And he went ahead and put her on the board of directors. There's a reason why they put them on the board of directors. Remember, all these guys are all tied together to private equity. But Apollo has that tie with Sue Gove. And if you don't think this is all being played out right now, it can be Apollo, it can be Macellum, it could be anyone. Private equity is here, and they're here to stay. And that's why they're making all the wrong moves. So if you guys do your homework and you connect the two, Robert D. Nicola partners up with Sue Gove at Zales. That is Apollo. They mentor her. They transfer her to everything, right? She turns into this person that is now a vehicle for them. And that's what they do. They plant them everywhere. They're chief restructuring officers, they're CEOs, they're COOs, they're CFOs. They got them everywhere, guys. It's private equity. It's an inside deal. Guys, I try to warn you. You cannot debunk this. You can't do it in 5 minutes. You can't do it in 10 seconds because it didn't take me one day to get here. I eat, sleep, and breathe this, and I'm telling you right now, you know why you lost every dollar in Bed Bath & Beyond? Because you were supposed to. And I'm the only guy that tells you the truth. The whole world can come looking for me. And guess what? I can only tell you one thing. I told you so. Peace.